welcome to another episode of Amasec and Archaeotech with me, Mitch.
And me, Ched. Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing well in this fine week.
Indeed. Yes, a very hot week here in very sunny UK.
And I was on holiday in Greece, and that was even more boiling. So I've been outside in an oven.
On today's episode, we're going to be looking at what we've hobbied, a new game that Ched has dreamed up in that Dreamhead of his.
Oh, yeah.
We'll look at new releases. We'll look at a new event we're going to in the next 2 weeks called the Novus Incursion, and then we'll do a quick wrap up. So that is it for today's episode, ladies and gentlemen.
Just a quick blast through.
What have you hobbied, mate?
So, yes, I was on holiday in sunny Greece, and then I came back itching to pick up the paintbrush, and I painted my Mark V Apothecary. Instead of using white, I've used a really pale yellow. I've glossed him all over, so I need to now wash him with oil, and I will see how that comes out. But yeah, I didn't want to do like such a bright contrasting white. I know that's kind of famous for apothecaries, but I wanted to kind of mix it up a bit, make it a bit easier on the eye, perhaps. So anyway, so a bit of an experiment. And then I was finishing my Praetor with a jump pack for that command squad.
So is this all for the event?
Yep, this is all for the event. I've moved away from my Steel Legion for the moment. Got back to Salamanders.
Well, I very much look forward to seeing them. I'll post them up for the viewers to have a little look and see.
Yes, I shall get some pictures over to you. What about you, mate? What have you been up to, if anything?
Not much, to be fair. I have...
Have you moved beyond the legs of the Thalax yet? Are you on the midriff at least?
I'm almost. I've got like two left to do the skeleton on. So I've, in terms of the base color, and then I did one more or less up to completion without weathering, just to sort of get the colors I wanted as a test model, and then the rest of them I will be. I've worked around doing a skeleton, so I've got two left to do, and then the only actual paint to brush I've managed to do this week is a lie, because it was actually a spray can, so it was can to bases, so I've sprayed some bases is what I've done. I used a car primer and it seems to worked okay.
Oh yeah, that's what I use. What's the high coat is the matte black I use because it's cheap on Amazon, and it does the job great. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think this is just I can't remember what brand it was, but good to know. I'll have a little look next time.
Yeah, I use that and a matte varnish as well from that brand. That's pretty good.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, so very light for both of us. But you're getting back in the swing of things, so fingers crossed. What have you got left to actually paint?
Then it's finishing touches on the Despoiler squad.
You reckon you're pretty confident then? It should be quite
yes.
Quite light touch.
There's 15 of them in total, but I feel confident I've got the time to be able to smash them out. It shouldn't have any late night painting before the tournament or on the morning of the tournament.
Oh, such famous last words.
I know, right?
Cool. I cannot say the same. So let's move on to this game that you presented me with this morning.
Ah, yes, right. So literally last night as well. So I picked up the book I'm reading, which is, what's it called, Shadow Point, and I read about 3 sentences of the chapter as I was just getting into bed, and I had a light bulb go off. It just came to me, so I sketched it all down on 2 pages of a little notepad.
Love it.
At the moment, the working title of Super Simple Skirmish Game.
Hang on, how many S's is that?
That's 3, so triple SG
Skug.
It's something that there's not necessarily a hole for it, but like having played Kill Team recently, and just thinking for time reasons or for the sake of maybe using models that you don't get to use so much, it's just something that I've been wanting to do.
Yeah.
And I know there's a heresy version of Kill Team, but I even found Kill Team a bit too much. I just wanted something really stripped back, that if you got maybe an hour, you could show someone who's not into, skirmish or war games yet. Big emphasis on the yet, but sort of like an easy in, like this is the kind of feel for it. Or yeah, if you haven't got a lot of time, it's going to be miniature agnostic. You can use anything you want, but there are 3 classes light, medium, and heavy, and the models just kind of have to be sort of clear, mainly to your opponent, that that's what they represent. For example, for light, I'd use a Scout Marine. For medium, I'd use a normal Marine, and for heavy, I'd use a Terminator.
Got you.
I've kept like a little stat line, so movement, damage, wounds, armor save, and charge range. I know charge range normally isn't a thing, but I've added it in for now. When I get a little sketch document out, I will share it with you, wonderful lot. And if you could give us some feedback on maybe some test games, that would be really cool. And hopefully you and I get to test it as well.
Yeah, give it a go. Sounds like a perfect, even, if you've got a little skirmish case, take it down the pub, sort of have a pint.
Exactly.
What size table are you thinking?
Kind of like kill team size, really. A few bits of terrain. I've kept like movement to sort of what we used to. I've done light 7 inches, medium 6 inches, heavy 5 inches, and then I was doing the whole thought of the action point system. So you get 3 action points per activation. You can move only once, I'm thinking at the moment. Then shoot. If you shoot a second time, it's going to be harder to hit.
Okay.
And then charge. And I'm thinking, well, charge will be different to fight. So maybe you don't shoot, but you're within charge range, so you want to charge and fight.
That's cool. Okay.
To hit, I'll kind of do, like, I'm keeping D6s. So if you're shooting or if you're attacking, 1 and 2 is a miss, 3 and 4 is a hit, and then they get an armor save. 5 and 6 is a hit, and they don't get an armor save. It goes straight to a wound.
So there's no AP as such. It's just down to how good your shot is.
No, it's just based on the roll. So if you hit their armor, they get to save. Light is 5+, medium 4+, heavy 3+. If you're light and you hit, you only do 1 damage. Medium 2 damage, heavy 3 damage. So that's kind of locked in there, depending on your class. A light model will have 3 wounds, a medium model 4 wounds, a heavy model 5 wounds. I've done a leader. Now, a leader can be any of those classes, but it gets 1 extra damage, 1 extra wound, and +1 to their save.
Mm-hmm.
And they get an extra activation that they can give to another team member instead of using it themselves.
Okay.
That happens once per round. Then if you're heavy, you can have up to 4 slots, including the leader. But then if you go all medium, you can have up to 8. And then if you're light, you can have up to 12. So you can have a lot of light things running around. Say if you're playing Gretchens, they're running around, but they're light. They don't have a lot of wounds. They don't do a lot of damage.
Yeah, but you're gonna have more activations though, aren't you?
Exactly. And then if you're heavier, there'll be less of you, but you've got more wounds. You can do more damage. And then I was thinking of some stratagem type things whereby you can choose up to 4 per game, because that's the minimum amount of models you have if you went all heavy. So I've come up with a list of kind of stratagem ideas.
Yep.
Which will be once per turn. So I've got plus D3 movement, but your shooting hits on 6s.
Okay.
+1 damage in the shooting or close combat phase. +1 to your save in the shooting or close combat phase. A automatic pass the charge roll, which is a 4+. If you want to charge anything, it's always 4+.
Okay.
You can increase your cover save by 1. And I've had, if you're within a 1-inch bubble of a bit of cover and you're obscured, you get +1 to your armor save.
For that one, you have to be within. You still got to be within cover, and you got to add that on top to make it work. You can't just have it in the middle of a field, for example.
No, so if you're in cover and you're a light model,
Yep.
You've got a save of 5+, right? But you're in cover, so you get a 6+, a 4+. But if you played the stratagem card in that round, you'd get a 3+. That might be useful to have.
Yep.
Then there's a +1 to your hit roll. I intended this to be alternate activations. So, like in AT, Adeptus Titanicus, where you move a model, I move a model, but you still need to roll off at the start of the turn to see who gets to move that first model. So I've done a stratagem for after rolling off, the player would, if you've got the lowest result, you can play this card to automatically take the initiative, but that's once per game.
Got you.
That's the only one with that. You can only do that once. And then there's another one which is reduced damage by 1 in the shooting or close combat phase.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
And yeah, and if you're charging, end within a 1 inch bubble. So that's kind of all the rules I've come up with so far. And you can't copyright rules, so it's not like needs to be closely guarded. I want to kind of organise it in a way that people can go out and have fun with. And if they've got any ideas, let us know. But just use it to have fun. If you paint and don't play a lot of games, maybe this is a way to play a game.
Yeah.
You can use your Warhammer models. You can use your Trench Crusade models, your Star Wars, whatever. You've just got 3 classes. They've got a little stat line, and it's just about rolling some dice and hopefully having some thematic moments.
Yeah, sounds good to me, mate. Sounds good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to maybe giving that a go and just seeing what we can do. I quite like how there's no war gear and any of that jazz. It's just literally this is what this does.
Exactly. I kind of wanted to boil it down to its most simple things, and I've only added these stratagems so far, and that's a choose 4. You get to use them once per turn. There's one in there that's only once per game, and with the whole automatic win initiative, that's probably something you're going to want to hold out onto till the end, or is it? That's where there's a bit of some sort of thought and strategy involved there. And then I will probably come up with some sort of mission with an objective. So it's not just, about killing each other, but I just kind of want it to be simple, that you can pick it up and play and, get to use models that you don't normally get to use. Maybe you've painted something for your army, but it's not really a good unit, so you don't often use it. But this is that chance, so
no, that's cool.
Should just be fun. And, you can mix models together. It's totally agnostic, whatever you want to use, but pick up and get rolling.
If you want Anakin Skywalker to be walking along with your Terminator captain, then, that's your business.
Exactly. Yeah, if you've painted up some Marines as sort of clone troopers, got some new armor, boys.
Knock yourself out. Yeah, I think the use of objectives is going to be quite important, because otherwise you kind of completely nullify the advantage of the light, I think. Because the reason why you can have more people to move around, which means you could be scoring more or doing something over the other side of the table, which the heavier stuff can't, because obviously there's fewer, there's less of them, etc., etc. So, no, I look forward to you fleshing out a bit.
Thank you. It all just came to me in a flash, so I wanted to get it down on paper.
So you're gonna have to tell me though what happened in that scene that was what came out of it. I have no idea. I've not read that book. What was?
It wasn't even that much. It was just one of these. I don't know. Mind was racing, just drifted off elsewhere, and then all of a sudden, I just had to picked up a pad and had to write it down.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Bolt of inspiration from the blue. Love that. Awesome. Well, we'll get that written up for you. Hopefully by the time this episode comes up, but if not, shortly after.
It will definitely be soon. We'll definitely be posting about it, and we definitely want to hear your thoughts and opinions when you get to try it.
Awesome, Sauce. Well done, mate.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Right, what do we got next then?
We are looking at quick new releases, real quick. The big thing happened over the weekend. Cafe are here to stay.
These new models look stunning.
Yeah, they look pretty freaking sweet. Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to being able to see some in the wild, or if we ever go up to Warhammer World and seeing them in the cases, just to get a feel of the size and stuff. But yeah, they look really cool. I hope there's more of them to come, just because it's a whole different aspect, and I also would probably enjoy reading the lore when I get a chance to. I have Total Warhammer 3. I never played Cafe, so
maybe time to install it, mate. Have a little tinker with them.
Yeah. Well, after this event, perhaps it might be a bad use of a dangerous, shall we say?
Very dangerous. Yeah. Yeah. I came back from Greece and wanted to play Assassin's Creed Odyssey, so I loaded that up a little bit last night as well.
Nice.
But I'd already done my painting for the day, so that was my little relaxation treat. But yeah, and I know you love the Greek influence on your Alpha Legion, don't you?
Yes, exactly. It's very. Well, they use the numerals and what have you pretty much in your face. You cannot escape that with Lierian Terminators and all the Hydra everywhere. So yeah, no, it's good stuff, and I don't mind that game either. It's quite cool. Speaking of impending things we should be focusing on rather than playing video games. We should talk about the upcoming event, the Novus Incursion.
Yep, run by Heresy Hammer, and it's kind of a local one to where we are in the world.
Yeah, which will be our first local one. Very confused, but don't need a 5-hour journey to get anywhere.
I know, that means all the talking we normally do won't get to happen. So, what is your list? It's 1,700 points. No, 1,750 points per person.
But people,
It's a doubles event, so we're both on the same team. We will be fighting side by side, which means if you've got any out for Legion, you'll probably betray me at some point.
because it's a doubles, and I'm finding this with a few of double lists, or double events. I don't like you taking knights. So I don't have any knights. I don't have anywhere near enough Alpha Legion, and because we're also doing doubles, you can't have any more allied detachments. It will just be the Solar Auxilia.
Oh, interesting.
Okay, so prepare yourself.
Oh, okay, here we go. Legate Marshal, Planetary Governor level, Paragon Blade. Yeah.
Well, to make it work, yes, he is very tooled up, but he is also going to be a Iron. Is it Iron Warden? Oh no, Iron Cohorts. The list is the Legate Marshal with all the gubbings he possibly can have, giving him a free up Invan and giving him a Paragon Blade, which is very nice. He's also going to have some Life Ward section, which is going to have 4 Life Ward, which is basically his bodyguard. But when we played that recent game, they actually did all right. They have the same kind of stats as a Marine, so they're a bit more survivable, which is very nice. So throwing a load of them in. It also means they can take the command vox, so he can then distribute his leadership out to the other Solar that are out there. So he's the main HQ. He's got some life wards to protect him as a retinue. And because I've gone for the Iron Cohorts, I also have 2 squads of 6 Valax with 2 Photon Thrusters.
Oh, yes, these are the candy green guys you've been painting, right?
Yes, so the HQ comes in at 277 points.
That's not bad.
The 2 squads, so that's only for 6 men. The Phalanx come in at 572 points, and that's for 12 models. That's 2 squads of 6. That's where it gets. That's basically where I'm having to put all my points to try and get to where we need to get to. And then we'll have 1 squad of 20 troops and a squad of 10 as the default troop choices. The Phalanx are elite, but they all have line, because as we know, Solar Auxilia with no transport basically can't move or do hardly any blue thing. They just kind of sit there. And then to back them up, the other squad or unit of things that I do own is the tanks. So I have a fully painted squad of the Armored Tertio, which are all my Lehman Russ with Vanquishers and a command tank.
The Dreadnought Hunters.
Exactly, the Dreadnought Hunters. So that's my list, mate. So big squad of tanks, 2 squads of robots with jetpacks, 2 squads of infantry, 1 with a full set and 1 which is a bit less, just for the points, and then a small squad of HQ with my leader in it.
Nice. Okay. Well, as I've already spoken about, Praetor with a jump pack and a command squad, 2 apothecaries to go with my despoiler squad, 15 men, 3 power axes, 4 eviscerators, heavy chainswords.
Nice.
And a couple of hand flamers in there as well, just to spice things up if I get the chance.
Yeah.
And then a 14-man tactical squad, because I had to remove 1 for points. Yeah, a bit awkward, but they've all got chain bayonet.
Yep.
Just to keep them, in a fight if necessary.
Yeah, keep them mobile.
5-man last cannon squad.
Okay, nice.
Just to do a bit of shooty, and then the Leviathan with the storm cannons. Oh, and I've missed a normal Contemptor as well, just with the melter cannon.
Okay, cool. So you got one with standard melter and a fist, I assume, with a flamer in it?
With a melter in the fist, yeah.
Sounds good to me.
So I think that should work pretty well. I've given the squads like everything, because if night fighting pops up, then I can ignore the restrictions. Bloody night fighting. I wonder if night fighting could be a thing in the new one. Probably.
Well, from what I've listened to, it doesn't seem to have appeared yet. We'll see when the book is out what that means and what that means for Night Lords.
I'm sure they'll get a similar bonus. Maybe they just get their first turn is what night fighting was.
Right. Yeah.
They just do that for one turn and that's it, maybe. Because them getting to do it for 3 turns was hell.
Yes, it was. I don't think we've ever not had it last for 3 turns as well. Whenever we've faced someone,
It's always felt like it's the maximum. Who planned this attack? Why won't the sun come up? God damn it! All this technology and we can't even fight in the daylight.
No, or the dark for that matter.
No, because old matey pulls up his wrist. And what has he got? He's got a sundial clock.
Oh dear,
I got it wrong there, didn't I?
mate. That's some archaeotech right there. Pure archaeotech. The archaeotech of archaeotech. Revered.
I found this watch, right, on this planet. It's this great STC for a watch. And, don't know how to use it. Set to Terran time.
Yeah. I tell you what, it is 100% accurate during the day. I can't tell you how accurate this watch is during the day. Literally, it's going to tell time.
It's 12 numbers on it, but they keep sort of repeating after they do all 12, so I don't know where we are.
And that's how we got night fighting, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, so that's kind of both our lists. Any sort of what lore are we thinking for our lists here?
Okay, so you're solar with like an iron thing, so you're working with the Mechanicum.
Yeah.
And I'm salamanders, so I'm always looking after the human element of the world. So it's kind of best of both worlds there, really, isn't it? We've kind of got everything. We've got Space Marines, Solar, and Mechanicum. Was it just Thalax from Mechanicum or anything else?
No, just Valax. I could have potentially brought the
Castellax?
with them. You can pay for them, but they obviously wouldn't have line. Whereas these Valax have got line, so I figured it'd be more useful. And I was painting them anyway for that reason.
Oh, so it's definitely going to be me charging up the board then. Protect the humans, and then you'll just be back. I wonder, is there a way we can run the Solar Auxilia for the Legion? Or does that mess up what you've done?
Yeah, I can't do... The only way... No, I wouldn't be able to do that because then I wouldn't be able to use the Valax. Okay, so it's a Salamanders defending the Solo Auxilia during this campaign. My Solo Auxilia and the Mechanicum forces all have a link to the Night House, which is House Iondon. Hence the little bit of purple and everything, all under the banners of Knight Iondon. Oh god, I have to figure out. I don't think they've ever been said in an audiobook, so it's very difficult to understand.
If you say it with conviction, then people will believe you. They'll take that.
Okay, thank you.
Or just do what Arbiter Ian does and say it wrong on purpose and just...
I've got to sneeze. That's what's happened to me.
Oh god, you're overcome with emotion. You're overcome with the pronunciation emotion.
That's it, yeah. I was, you mentioned Arbiter Ian, and I was like, I could be like him, and then the emotion struck me hard and heavy.
Best music intro on YouTube for a YouTube channel, I think.
Agreed.
Maybe with Series 3, I'll write a new bit of music intro. Who knows?
Oh, I see. Look at the competition. Love that.
Well, you've got to push yourself to create sometimes.
Or paint, as you have done. Cool. Well, yeah. Wish us luck, viewers and listeners. We will report back in our next episode, and we will also get back to our Misremembered Millennium series on the different legions.
Do you like that?
That was good.
I didn't get to consult Mitch on that title, so I just went with it. But are you happy with that, are you?
No, I enjoyed it a lot.
Oh, good.
Alliteration for the win. All things.
Yeah, I just can't get away with it. And this new game as well. Super simple skirmish game.
There you go. So yeah, fingers crossed. We'll do a sort of a catch up as we haven't had that much time with people being on holiday and general life business. But then once that's out of the way, we will get back onto that. So it will be back to the Emperor's Children, and we can see what beautiful silliness they get up to.
Yeah, I did a little bit of research already on one of the short stories, the Mirror Cracked, I think it's called. And that is a juicy one to talk about. So, yeah.
Oh, I have not read that. Okay, that's cool. I'll have to check that out.
It's pretty debaucherous.
Ooh, my favourite kind. Cool. Well, I'm actually going to play a game tomorrow evening with our good friend Rupert against his Emperor's Children. So, yes, I will let you know how that goes.
I was going to say, ask him about his what he thought of the Dark Angels episode, because he has Dark Angels, doesn't he?
I will ask him about that as well. And then, yeah, I'll ask him about the Emperor's Children as well. And say yes, because he's just finished painting, or getting close to finishing painting his Demon Fulgrim, the Forge World one. So looking forward to seeing it.
That'll be sick. Send me a picture.
I will do.
And a Fulgrim. Phil.
Filth, absolute filth. A final piece of this jigsaw puzzle of the Shattered Mirror is our lore.
Law Corner, little book club. So on holiday, I started to read a book by H.P. Lovecraft called The Mountains of Madness. And if you love geology, archaeology, and things like that, it's great. But I found some of the description getting a bit laborious and I couldn't finish it. So I moved back to my Warhammer book, Shadow Point by Gordon Rennie. It was published from 2003. So it's an old school one. And I'm only on chapter 4, but I've had a bit with a Tzeentch sorcerer for Abaddon being given a task, and then a Eldar craft world, not a famous one, but they are, kind of two sides of the story at the moment, which seems pretty cool.
And is it a 40k novel?
Yeah, 40k.
Okay.
I also bought Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, and then I also, on audiobook, was listening to Starship Troopers.
How is that?
That is really good. It's I say very different to the film. There's a lot of differences to the film.
Yeah.
Things happen in slightly different way, but it's kind of, the film keeps very much true to most of the book. There's a few less characters, but yeah, it's really cool. There's a bit more philosophical discussions that are very interesting that you don't always expect. But yeah, so I recommend that. Who is that by? That is by...
Old school lore there. You're basically going to what was considered by many to be the sighting for the creation of Space Marines in general, because they talk a lot about power armor in it.
Yes, which isn't in the film, but they have 3 different types of power armor, which is very interesting. But I've only kind of been listening to it as I go to bed, so I've been dipping in and out, and I really want to listen to it fully awake. But Robert A. Heinlein.
Yeah, as in conviction. Conviction, you can get away with many things.
Yeah, Robert A. Heinlein, that's what I'm going with. So he, or a man with a similarly pronounced name, wrote that book, and it's really good. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. It's just got that Guard kind of feel, hasn't it?
Yes.
Oh, and I did finish the Lion book as well with the Crave, which was...
Okay, what did you think?
Yeah, really good. Really enjoyed that.
Well, I think then, unless you have any more books.
What about you?
Oh, me? Oh, yeah, true. No, nothing. Nothing that's come along.
Well, I did a lot of reading for us both then.
You did. I was about to say, you've absolutely smashed a load of books, mate. You have taken that wanting to read books to heart there.
It's amazing what you can get through chilling on a beach.
I can imagine. Yeah, no, the only stuff I've done is basically reading some of the lore videos and the lore articles on the Saturnine stuff, and on Disintegrators, and little bits and pieces for the new edition, but nothing of any major worth that our listeners couldn't go and peruse themselves on Warcom. Cool. Well, I will then bring it to an end after Ched's thirst for knowledge has continued unabated in the last week.
So thirsty, I didn't finish all my drinks.
That's goddamn thirsty.
I need to go back and drink more from the cup of the Dark Angels.
Yes, and eat your crave.
Here we go again. Another food product makes its way.
It was the first thing I thought of when I heard them come up, but I managed to avoid that until this moment. Anyway, we were rambling.
Other cereals are available.
Yes. Cool. Well, lovely to speak to you as always, dear Ched, and lovely to have such fantastic listeners and viewers. You can catch us all on the socials, number one being YouTube currently. We'll be on the grams. We'll be on the Tox, and I guess we'll be on. Is there anything else I completely missed there, mate?
No, that's pretty much it. I still update Blue Sky. We do have a Facebook group. We do have a Facebook page. If you don't use it, don't worry about it. But we may phase it out. But there are some people on there, and we'd love to see what you're painting, what you're modeling, or any games that you're playing, 40k or not. Especially if you're getting some Cathay, maybe.
Yeah, I was just about to say, if anyone's got any cafe, I'd love to see some pictures of them. That'd be pretty sweet. Hobby on.
Oh, I need to find a little excerpt, don't I? Let's see. I will read. Here we go. It's a bit of old school 40k from those that remember. It is the 41st millennium. For more than 100 centuries, the Emperor has sat immobile on the golden throne of Earth. He is the master of mankind by the will of the gods, and master of a million worlds by the might of his inexhaustible armies. He is a rotting carcass writhing invisibly with power from the dark age of technology. He is the carrion lord of the Imperium, for whom 1,000 souls are sacrificed every day, so that he may never truly die. Yet even in his deathless state, the Emperor continues his eternal vigilance. Mighty battle fleets cross the demon-infested miasma of the warp, the only route between distant stars, their way lit by the Astronomicon, the psychic manifestation of the Emperor's will. Vast armies give battle in his name on uncounted worlds. Greatest amongst his soldiers are the Adeptus Astartes, the Space Marines, bioengineered super warriors. Their comrades in arms are Legion, the Imperial Guard, and countless planetary defense forces, the ever-vigilant Inquisition, and the tech priests of the Adeptus Mechanicus, to name only a few. But for all their multitudes, they are barely enough to hold off the ever-present threat from aliens, heretics, mutants, and worse. To be a man in such times is to be one amongst untold billions. It is to live in the cruelest and most bloody regime imaginable. These are the tales of those times. Forget the power of technology and science, for so much has been forgotten, never to be relearned. Forget the promise of progress and understanding, for in the grim dark future there is only war. There is no peace amongst the stars, and only an eternity of carnage and slaughter, and the laughter of thirsting gods.